Hey, yo. Hey,
Yo.
yo. Welcome in. Yes, from a very pungent San Diego studio. Thank you, Possum, or whoever did that. Whatever. They actually peed on the whiteboard. I mean, I had to, sanitize this thing. Thank you guys for joining us. Hit us up in the comments. Uh, this mask, always.
I'm sure there's some OSHA violation there. You actually probably should be in that studio.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to work in this kind of conditions. It's ridiculous.
Seriously.
Bo, make it right. Come on. I don't want to get the union involved, but I will. Just saying.
That's right. The Quarantine Network Union.
Yes, it's very powerful.
Oh, yes.
But thank you guys for joining us. We got a little tasty weekend of sports ahead. Again, as always, I mean, I hope you guys are safe and healthy and, just kind of doing the right things. I don't know. It seems like the story of the COVID thing has kind of fallen back a little bit, but it's like people are still getting it. Like San Diego had their first person with the vaccine get it now. So we'll see where that goes. But anyway, thank you guys. Just be safe. We love you guys. Hit us up in the comments. Hit us at the link. Tyler, how are you doing on this Friday?
Man, doing good. Looking forward to I kind of at first I thought it was a thin sports weekend, and I looked and I was like, no, actually it's kind of a busy weekend with sports. Even with football gone, kind of. You got, of course, NBA and NHL rolling along. NASCAR is here now. Golf's going along. UFC's got a fight this weekend. We got Australian finals. We got Suck It Mosquitoes. That's not a weekend thing. That's an everyday thing.
We're going worldwide, Mr. Worldwide.
Oh God, we're gonna get sued now. Thanks.
Oh shit. I don't know. Pitbull here? Yeah, fuck them.
Hey, Pitbull, call in.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
Come clap back.
But now, it's going to be a good, fun weekend of sports. Right? How's we got college basketball's rolling, college baseball's here now.
Yeah.
Got a lot of things going. So, Ronnie, how you doing today?
I am kind of unwell. I'm going to be honest. I'm struggling because friend of the program, Rob and Andy, one of the housemates here, we stayed up till 5 a.m. playing the PGA game on Xbox and just getting drunk. Yeah. But it was a good time. Good time was had by all, but I'm paying the cost today. But in hindsight, I would do it again. So
you might do it again tonight.
No, not tonight. No, there's no way. As soon as we go off the air, I'm going to bed. Please believe that. Oh, we got Justin chiming in the chat. All right, we'll get you. We got almost got an hour. So
that's true.
Hit us up. Get in.
Yep.
College basketball is canceled. Typical Duke fan. I mean, sometimes they're just not good, dude. Just accept it.
Yeah. No other way to put it. Your team is not good. They're not good this year.
Just get over it. But
you always got next year.
Actually, speaking of, I wanted to start with this one because I just thought it was interesting. Tyler pulled up the over-under for wins on the season. So we're starting at the top here for baseball. As a Dodger fan, dude, I would take the under 104. You're just assuming 104. They're good. They're really good. Reigning champions, but 104 is I don't know, man. I'm going under on that.
Yeah, and, I know last year they were on their pace was for 114 wins, but that's not sustainable for 162 games. I'm with you. I don't know. 100, sure. 104, I don't know about that.
And half, of course. 104 and a half.
Gotta have the half.
So if they do hit 104, you're gonna lose your ass, and you're gonna be so pissed, even though it's a great performance.
Seriously.
You can get 105? Bums. Freaking bums. But there's a couple little nuggets in here. Tyler actually was pointing out to me, you didn't even see the Blue Jays on here. I like the over on the Rays, but with that division, you do have, the Yankees. We saw them up there. And also the Blue Jays. So, Orioles. I'm assuming this is on page 3.
Yeah.
We have to take the banner down.
The
64.
Orioles aren't even the worst. 64 is solid. Yeah. I don't know if I'll take the over, but that's solid.
Dare you, Fangraphs? 64 wins. I mean, look, maybe they could push that out to like 75. Probably not going to make the playoffs, but they could at least get like a 0.2%. It's ridiculous.
Right? And of course, the Pirates bringing up the bottom with 58. It's going to be a long year for Pittsburgh. It's going to be a long few years for Pittsburgh.
You know what? I hate the Penguins and I hate the Steelers, and I'm kind of indifferent to the Pirates. I like that they have every team is black and yellow, black and yellow.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, yeah.
But, yeah, the Pirates just seem like that team that just does not try to win. Like, I mean, yes, this year they're obviously, you could see it's an uphill battle. But also Fangraphs did give them like a percentage at least getting the playoffs. Sorry, Orioles.
One thing I do like about the Pirates, because I was up really late and I couldn't sleep, so I just started randomly looking up future prospects for teams. Pittsburgh has this shortstop. His name's O'Neal something. He's 6'7".
Yes.
Looks like a basketball player. I'm like, yes, give me a mega huge shortstop.
He is an absolute unit. The size of the lad.
He's not huge. He's a rail. Like he really looks like a basketball
he's
player.
probably like a beanpole. But just to see someone of that height playing that position would be pretty hilarious. I mean, Tatis is a big dude too. He's like 6'3", 6'4", and even sometimes it's like freaky watching him. Like, how is this guy like that fast? Like, he can actually be a major league shortstop. Like, it's weird though. It's like, I don't know. It's like an optical illusion. Like, it's not what you expect to see. You expect like, Vizquel over there or something like, 5'10" guy that's got the range. But any big guys, especially playing that position in the major leagues, would be amazing. So all power to that guy.
Yep, for sure.
And of course, the Baron taking the under on the Mets. I think that's actually like a rule of gambling, like just
Mets,
a law.
89.
Yes,
yeah,
they made some moves, but the Mets. I mean, step right up and beat the Mets. Like
at the end of the day, they're still the Mets.
At the end of the day, and I'm. Who even knows what? Again, horrible tragedies will befall the Mets during the season. Like, just assume that there's going to be like 3. I don't know.
Right? It's not if, it's when, and how bad.
But, I was going to say maybe the A's, but it's going to be tough. They got the Astros. Excuse me.
Checking in.
I think maybe the White Sox, like the hype is a little too much on it. We just don't know. They do have to play the Twins. I mean, they got to play the Indians too. That's a tough little road to hoe. But Barron, wow, over on the A's. I like it.
Ooh, okay.
Put your name on it. Be a man or a woman. Just put your name on it.
Apparently, he's is he happy that they made the veteran for veteran trade, getting rid of Chris Davis and picking up?
They got Rosenthal, right?
No, they got who's the shortstop in Texas forever? Fucking blanking on his name.
I don't know. I didn't even see that. But all right, Barron actually putting a number on it and his name. 92 wins.
92 wins. Okay, I like it, Barron. I like it.
Look, honestly, of course, the Baron is, super A's fan. I'm an A's sympathizer because of my close connection to the Baron. They usually...
Close connection to the Baron.
Shall we say, maybe it's genetic. I don't know. I can't call it. But they usually do figure out a way to be like, man, the A's just always there at the end of the season. And then quickly out at the end of the season. Fortunately, when they get in the playoffs. Sorry.
True. And they don't have Hendricks in the bullpen now. He jumped ship to the White Sox, so I'm kind of curious what that's going to do to the back end of their bullpen.
Look, credit to them. They figure out a way. Like, they
They
have
do
no
find
money.
ways.
They have a terrible stadium. Like, I don't know if any other team is going to play in a stadium like that. Um, I'm right there with you, Baron, on the belief that they will never build a new stadium for that team. But
Right.
they figure out a way. So credit to them. You know what? I might see your 92.
Interesting. I like it. I like the call.
I mean, you're going to beat up on the freaking Mariners and Rangers forever. So, and I mean, the
True.
Angels, they spent a lot of money, but I don't know if that team is good.
There's the Angels. I think are they in the second group? Yeah, there we go. At
Yeah,
83.
83. That seems kind of generous. I mean,
Yeah,
Astros
they
and
still
A's
have
out
no
there.
pitching.
Yeah.
They have guys that can hit, but they have zero pitching. So yeah, I don't know about. I don't know. My dad, if you're watching, sorry about that, but yeah, although he might also agree they may not get 83 wins. So
Well, let's just be realistic. I mean, that would be an upgrade from last year, but it's pretty competitive in the AL West as far as like the top dogs. Cubs 79.5. What a fall from grace. But I mean, maybe on the over on that. That division is such a dogfight, though. It's like
it's so bad.
you like it could be like a week away from the end of the season, and you're like, still can't call it. Like,
everybody is still in it.
Yeah,
except for the Pirates. Sorry, Pirates.
Of course, except for the Pirates. But yeah, just that something interesting that Tyler brought up to me as we pivot out of that. I do. This also actually, Tyler, you could maybe sort of tee this one up because I was not aware of this, and Tyler just pointed it out to me. Miles Turner, he will actually troll you via Venmo.
That's right. So this went up on Twitter. I believe after last night's game here. A fan just posted this random screenshot of Miles Turner Venmoing him a penny with the comment, "A penny for your thoughts," and that's kind of all there was to it. So of course somebody asked, "Well, what's going on here? Why would Miles Turner just do that?" Then it turns out the guy Venmo requested him $100 for costing them the game against the Bulls. So
that's savage both ways.
It is. It
on
really
the part
is.
Of both.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good by the Dole Dawkins, whoever this is, that move. But then Turner, of course, the great clapback, pity for your thoughts, which then Dole Dawkins just kind of threw a bitch fit on Twitter about it. But hey, look, don't dish it if you can't take it. I'll say that. But Turner, that's a hell of a troll job. I appreciate that.
Kind of surprised that he found Miles Turner actual Venmo account and requested the $100. Like, I don't know. I haven't really gone down that road of just like, you know what? Yes, I will look up Clayton Kershaw's Venmo. Like, let me see if I can find it. Or, LeBron's. Like, I'm sure they Venmo. They got to be on here somewhere. But, hey, credit to both of them. I think it's a bold move requesting money as a fan. And then, what a clapback. I mean, here's a penny. Get out of my life.
Yeah, I mean, like you got to imagine with kind of just how big gambling is, and of course with the ease access of reaching people through social media, or in this case Venmo. That something like this is going to happen eventually. Somebody loses $100 on a game, blames it on a player, but Miles Turner just shooting right back, taking a jab, and then just throwing a hook right back at him. That was beautiful.
Well, I think the thing I like the most too is this guy was trying to like, oh, really? That's petty. Like, but the screenshot that it's actually Miles Turner paying you, you're kind of like feeding the fire. Like, oh, dang, look at that. Like, he actually did it. Like, you didn't have to post that.
You also, you got a story to tell for the rest of your life. Hey, an NBA player gave me a pity for taking a shot at him. So, hey.
But it's all in good fun. So I do appreciate it. Also, like on the subject of the NBA, this just happened right before we went on the air. Jamal Murray, wow. What a freaking night. He was 21 of 25. First player in NBA history to get 50 with no free throws. Not even an attempt. Like he was never at the foul line.
Man, that's that's like 21 of 25. That's like a number that I would expect to see from like 2000 Shaq. But 2000 Shaq would have also had like 87 free throw attempts that game too. So that's an insane line.
Yeah, I mean, if it's, we're talking about like a power forward or a center, like, okay, well, percentage is pretty high down there, especially if it's like a dominant, size one. But
Right.
as far as Murray goes, he's not really getting the bunnies like that. I mean, he's shooting. So that's just kind of like when you're in that mode of like, I just throw a ball in the air and it goes in. Like, I can't miss. That's like unconscious level, like hot.
Yeah, that's the case where like the guy like takes one step beyond half court and puts one up, and the coach is like, "Well, he's not going to tell him not to shoot."
Yeah, exactly. Somebody get a body on him. He's in the tunnel, coach. It doesn't matter. He's in the building. It might go in.
Right? Yeah. Seriously, you're running a full court press on this guy all game, even if it's just a one-man full court press.
Exactly. Just trap him, tackle him. I don't know what you have to do. Like, just lay him out, because anything we're doing is not working right now. And also, shout out Jaime, leaving work. Happy Friday to you, brother.
Jaime, what's up, man? Hope you staying trying to stay as warm as you can out there in Texas. I know it's
weird time in Texas for sure.
Yeah.
I guess the grid is back, but yeah, freaking weird. I know we were talking to a fellow friend of the program, Jeff Elms, that he got his power back on, but it seems like a mess. I mean, that's all I could say.
Yeah, definitely stay safe, and try and stay as warm as you can out there if you're watching from Texas.
Real quick, before I wanted to devote probably majority of the time to the fight doctor, of course, and a very special presentation for people that are not aware of what GoofCon is. We will get into that, but before we fully dive into that, probably the most notable NFL news of the last few days. Wentz, man, what a trajectory this guy's on. Like, I think they traded like 5 picks to get him, and then it was like,
something like that.
Oh, Wentz wagon. Like, everyone was like super hyped on him, and then the turn, like everyone turned against him. It's like, we got to get rid of this fool. Give me Jalen Hurts. Like, I can't stand seeing Wentz out there. Like, and I'm just gonna be honest though, it seemed like, yeah, Wentz definitely has a little bit of that hero ball like nonsense in him, where it's just like, dude, get rid of it. What are you doing? Get rid of the ball. But as far as the entire Eagles team, I didn't really see like any kind of offensive concept. I mean, we know Peterson is now gone. It just seemed like it was a weird, like, do you guys even talk to each other? Like, do you plan this out beforehand? Because I just see like a bunch of dudes running around different directions, and then Carson Wentz like taking a 15-yard sack.
I'm so glad you said that, because there was a report that came out today that said that Wentz and Peterson actually hadn't said a word to each other for like 6 months.
That's what it felt like just watching on TV. I was like, all right, Wentz, you kind of look like a bum, but I don't even know if it's your fault. It just seems like a bunch of guys out there. Like, it was weird. And we all know the legends of the NFC East this past season, but they still had a chance up until like 2 weeks from the end of the season. But what a fall from grace from the Super Bowl champions, probably only like 3 years ago, to now, where they're just rebuilding everything. Like, one of those could, as you see in the Schefter tweet, turn into a first-round pick, which I think is like Wentz starting like 75% of the games or something like that.
75% of snaps, yeah.
You got to think he's going to hit that. I mean, it's not going to be Jacoby Brissett. They already made this move to get him. So I guess it could have been worse for the Eagles. But, man, like I said, in such a sharp, like, who's this guy? Like, oh, we're going to get this guy from North Dakota. Trade picks out to get him. All right, he's the future. Give him a bunch of money. And it's like, oh, man, now we don't like this guy. Now we're stuck with all this money. And we could, like, anything we could do to get rid of him. I know they were like sitting on, a lot of people were making jokes that they were waiting for people to come knocking with like first round picks. And I think everyone was just like, nah, I don't care that much.
Well, I had read another report today that apparently the offer that you see on here that the Colts did, that was their first and only offer. Like they said, this is all we're going to offer. Philly came with like other like options, and the Colts just said, no, this is what we're giving you. This is our only offer on the table.
This is it.
But you know what? I know we, and especially unofficial / official third man of the show, No ID Justin, have given Wentz a lot of shit. This could be a decent move for him. I mean,
I don't think he's a total bum. I mean,
no.
And the way everything went down last year, it's like you have to get off this team. Like it's not going to work out. Like the environment, everything's bad. He's still not an old guy. I mean, he's got valuable years ahead of him, and I just thought it was just like, oh, man, this is like a train wreck. Like he doesn't want to be there. They don't know what's going on. Like who knows?
I mean, like, look, he's being reunited with Frank Wright, who was at the helm when they went to the Super Bowl when he was there. They've got a great offensive line in Indianapolis. He's got tools at wide receiver. He's got a great up-and-coming running back with Jonathan Taylor. Like, this could be a career resurgence for Wentz. I mean, I don't want to count the guy out yet. This might have been a really good move for him.
I'm willing to give him a shot. I mean, I don't care either way, but I don't think this is just like, oh man, why we trade, even these 2 second-round picks to get might be worth it. Take a flyer.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Doge to the moon.
To the moon. Yeah, I think it could work out for Wentz. That again, this is a guy that was just like, he was the hot thing till he got hurt in those playoffs, and then because of that, you won a Super Bowl MVP pick when I laid that bet for you in Vegas. With old Foles. I mean,
that's Foles. Also, I do think there was a lot of. I mean, we see Foles now, and it's like, I feel like he just needs to be the guy that has like, there's no hope, like no expectation to do anything, and then it's like he just lets it go, like plays free.
Right.
But that was kind of just like to the moon kind of thing, like just caught it at the right time. Like, hey, we got nothing to lose. We got Foles out there. Screw it. Philly special, like pulling out trick plays in the Super Bowl. And sometimes it, comes together like that. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm happy for Eagles fans because I know they all hate this fool now. And he probably doesn't want to be there either. So, kind of mutually beneficial sort of deal. Give him a shot. Let's see if he can live on. But where's the last thing? Oh, yes. Before we get into the fights, Premier League, a tradition unlike any other. We got Tottenham this week. West Ham fans, I know Mourinho's already out there talking wild shit, which I was not aware of. Like, I don't even know where that perspective would come from, that he thinks they're going to just completely collapse. It is West Ham, so I always expect a collapse.
Right, but, yeah. He may not be wrong, but his comment was out of nowhere.
We can talk that way about each other, but not you. No, you can't say that. Yeah,
exactly.
No, this is like a family. But I am kind of – you have to be interested in the Fulham-Sheffield game because who wants it more? I mean, someone needs it. They both need it, but only one can win. 2 teams enter. Only one can win, or they can tie. But I think a tie does not help either of them at this point.
No,
like someone's got to be going for the freaking win.
Yeah, we got that, and then of course we got a Merseyside Derby with Liverpool and Everton. I don't even want to say that's a fun match because Liverpool's pretty much dominated that recently. But with Liverpool's recent run of form, who knows? It could be a fun game. Ooh, I like it.
There we go.
I like it.
All right, that's hot fire. That is hot fire lava. Entertainment purposes only. Please believe that. But thank you, Jaime. Put your name on it. Put your name on it.
And then, like you said, West Ham and Tottenham. A nice little London rivalry there. Of course, coming up, West Ham can hopefully carry the run of form they've been on. Plus, they've already they tied Tottenham earlier in the season with the exciting Lanzini, the insane 3-goal comeback. Finished with the Lanzini shot of the year. So
possibly still goal of the year. I'm just
I
yes,
think
obviously I'm biased, but
go watch it.
I mean, even if
Go
you're
watch
neutral, the time, the
Yeah,
situation, the quality of the goal. I'm not just
yeah.
talking out of my ass here. Like, it's got to
Every
be
every
in the top 5.
yeah, everything about it was insane. But yeah, other than that, I mean, not a whole lot of overly interesting. Arsenal, Man City at the beginning of the year would have looked great, but Man City's not going to lose the
Yeah,
rest of the season. So
yeah.
I
Man
mean,
City, who hasn't lost in I believe like 25 years or something like that. Um, I
yeah,
expect them to continue the streak. But
yeah. City sat most of their people in their midweek game against Everton and still won 3-1. So
yeah,
they're rolling right now. They're insane.
it's cruise control and just a lot of talent there. Yeah, I mean, of course, I would certainly agree with that. Sheffield over anyone at this point. It's like, yes, it's Fulham, but every time I watch Sheffield, it's like, how do you plan to score? Like, is there any idea of like, how would you get there? Like, how would it happen in your mind if you drew it up? Like, it seems like it's just dudes running around and no one even threatens the goal for like hours. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I see. He's also going United over Newcastle. I agree with that. Newcastle. There was a lot of hopes on Newcastle at the start of the year, and they're just kind of spinning their wheels. I don't know what's going on with them, but in United, for the most part, has found their form. I mean, a couple slips here and there, but yeah, I think United over Newcastle is pretty safe bet on that one.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, yeah, it does make me laugh, like you said. At the beginning of the season, Arsenal, Man City. All right. Like, power 4 team. Like, no. Man
Yeah. Now,
City
yeah.
is on, like, the astral plane, and Arsenal is doing Arsenal things and just constantly ruining themselves.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. Like, I'm still debating if I want to get up to try and get up at 4 o'clock to watch the West Ham game, because I'm sure it'll be good. But of course, it could also just be exactly like how the last
Yeah.
one started, where Tottenham jumps out with 3 goals in 10 minutes.
I want to, I am at the point where I believe they could win this game, but
Yeah, sure.
I don't have a 4 a.m. belief. Like, I don't know if I'm going to sabotage my entire Saturday night and Sunday morning to really believe. I mean, they got a chance, but
Sure.
it's tenuous. So,
Might just get up at 7 and watch the highlights or something. No,
yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Give me the extended highlights. NBC always does a good job with those. If you go on the NBC app, you get like an 8-minute highlight reel. They even show you like long build-up plays that don't result in goals, but just like actual good plays. I might be probably at that level. I just 4 a.m. I mean, that's tough.
That's the one drawback to being on the West Coast here is those early morning games in the Premier League.
But it does, as the Men in Blazers always say, give you the possibility of a nice sad nap after you watch your team lose.
That's right. Actually, one other thing before we get into the Fight Doctors, well, speaking of oddly timed sports, we do also have the Australian Open. The women's final actually starts about 4.5 hours from now. I think at 12:30 is when they're supposed to serve. We got Naomi Osaka taking on Jennifer Brady in the women's final. Then in the men's final, which will be, I guess, Sunday at 12:30 a.m. Pacific time, Djokovic, surprise, Djokovic in the final, taking on Daniil Medvedev. I mean, I'm not a huge tennis guy. I definitely watch the majors. That's probably about it. But I got to imagine that the Osaka and Osaka and Djokovic have to be the favorites to win this.
Yeah, I know there was a lot of hearsay, speculation, whatever, that maybe Serena's going to retire after this or whatever. Maybe just not going to be in another Australian Open. And Tyler and I were kind of talking about it before the show. It's like, at this point, it seems like a fool's errand to underestimate Serena. I mean, she's far and away the greatest women's player of all time. It's like Tom Brady. Like, I just don't even bet against him. Like, he's just going to show up and win somehow, and you're going to look like an idiot. It's like Rob Parker is the ultimate Tom Brady hater. And it's like, I saw a montage on, I think, Facebook the other day. It's like a 10-minute montage for like 10 years of Rob Parker picking against Brady. Like, oh, he's washed up. It's never going to happen. Patriots aren't even going to make the playoffs, and it's like 2018, or it's like, oh,
Right.
and then they just like smash cut to like, hey, and they won again, like, so you're kind of in that like rarefied air that I don't believe you got to retire until you actually put it out that you're retiring. It was just more of like I don't know, that was some kind of like signal to the fans or whatever. But Serena is not the person on this earth to doubt to do anything. So we'll see what happens. But Osaka, also is like on that meteoric rise. You have to say probably the best women's player now in the world. So expect more of these finals in majors. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I would say probably heavy favorites for both. Medvedev, sneaky good, but yeah, Djokovic is Djokovic. I mean,
yeah, Djokovic. To me, it feels kind of like how Federer was throughout the 2000s and early 2010s. It's just like if he's in the tournament, just pencil him in for the win.
Just show up and win, and move on to the next one. But he does slip up sometimes. Ah!
That's right. That's your best hope, is that he freaking nails the side judge with a tennis ball.
Assaults a ball girl. What a scumbag. Get this guy out of here. There's no place in the sport for that.
No room for that. This is a gentleman's game.
It was not even malicious, but this picture it still makes me laugh, this picture, every time. Oh no. But it was too late.
It's like instantly, as soon as he hit it, realizing, oh crap.
Oh, this is going to be on SportsCenter. God, not in a good way. But on that note, definitely, if you are so inclined, stay up and watch that women's final and enjoy, the highlights in the men's final after that as well. We do have to hit the fight doctor. It's near and dear to both of our hearts that America's sweetheart, Derrick Lewis, the Black Beast, is back in a main event this weekend, and I cannot be more happy about that. So we got to get the fight doctor out of here. Also, as I teased before, for those that are not aware what GoofCon is, you're in for a treat. So let me fire up the thing, and we will get the fight doctor checked in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. The heavyweight champion of the world. It's time!
The main event of the evening.
That's right.
Fighting.
Yeah, so we do have a fight night this weekend. I believe it is on ESPN Plus, not on ESPN. But as we always say, folks, there are ways to watch it.
There are ways if you are so inclined. As I
definitely, that's right. Definitely on paper, not an exciting card top to bottom, but as we've said and seen over the last year, about a year now, these are kind of the cards that are always sneaky good. Like, you don't know the names, you're not familiar with people, but it's just, it's people that are taking their chance in front of a national audience to just ball out and show what they got. So this can wind up being a sneaky good card.
And it's just consistently like 2 or 3 fights like kind of pop out. Like, I had no hopes. I didn't even know who one of these people was, and it ends up being like a great fight. So
yeah, exactly. But as Ronnie said, it is headlined, of course, we got a heavyweight fight here between Curtis Blades and our boy, America's sweetheart, Derrick Lewis.
My balls was hot.
Please purchase the shirt, available at his official Instagram page.
That's right. That's the one fighter whose page we will constantly pimp out. Like, go check his page out. Go look at it.
No, he deserves all the love and all the money. Hit the merch table. Support my boy.
100%. But this is an interesting fight. This is definitely kind of one of those, like, maybe whoever wins this one is next in line for a title shot. I think Blades is the number 2 ranked heavyweight. Lewis is the number 4 ranked heavyweight. Kind of, misleading stats when you look at it, because both guys have a lot of knockouts to their record. Lewis's knockouts, legit. 19 knockouts in his career. That's all legit. That's him standing and banging. Blades, he's a championship wrestler. And that's kind of what he does, is he'll take you down and he'll lay on you and just kind of throw some light shots until until the ref stops it.
He's a huge guy too. So I mean,
yeah.
Lewis is not a small man by any stretch of the imagination, but Blades, he looks bigger than he is. Like every time I see him on TV, I'm like, dang, this fool's like huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, and you're definitely right about Lewis not being a small guy. I think he weighed in at 263 today, so he was he was just under the heavyweight limit. But both guys are coming. They got some good win streaks going. I think Blades has 4 fights in a row that he's won. Lewis, I think he's won 3 fights in a row. This is kind of one of those ones that if MMA math was a real thing, then you would think Lewis wins because Lewis beat Francis Ngannou, and Ngannou has knocked out Curtis Blades twice, only 2 losses of Blades' career. Unfortunately, MMA math never works out that way.
Yeah.
If I were to place I'm so conflicted on this one. My head says Blades is going to make this a really boring kind of lay and pray. My heart says that Lewis is going to just nail him with an uppercut early and drop him. I'm going to go with my heart on this. I'm going with my heart. I'm going heart.
We can only hope. I mean, you see Blades he's taking the minus 470 in this fight, so pretty clear cut favorite, which to be expected. But I don't know. Lewis is just that guy. He's like America's sweetheart. You got to root for this guy. I love him.
Yeah. No, I'm going with my heart on this one. I'll go Derrick Lewis to get the first round knockout on Curtis Blades.
Yes, please. That would be Monday's show. Will be amazing if that happens. We might do the entire show about that.
Just an entire show dedicated to Derrick Lewis.
Just replaying the knockout or clips or whatever. But
also, you got to remember, any prognostications made on here are for entertainment purposes only. Please believe that.
Please believe that.
Most of the time, high as hell.
See you this weekend, brother. Can't wait. Can't wait. But I do see we have a caller on the what I believe tonight is the Chew Dental Lab Celebrity Hotline. Chew Dental Lab.
Oh my God.
That's going to be 3131 University Avenue. You do not want to know what goes on in Chew Dental Lab. Welcoming into the program, Noah Justin. How the hell are we doing?
I'm good, man. Work's over now, so fantastic.
Better now.
Yeah, better now.
There you go.
And I don't know if you guys saw, I chimed in the comments. The Carson Wentz second round pick in the trade deal, that jumps to a 1 if he either there you go, 75% of the snaps, or he plays 70% of the snaps, but they make the playoffs. So pretty much, I mean, you have to assume that's going to switch to a 1, unless he just comes out and he's just awful. And 2, I heard you guys referencing, how hard I am on Carson Wentz. That's merely more so because of the jersey he had been donning for the extent of his pro career. And yeah, it's more directed at their fan base. I think he's a solid quarterback, dude. I think,
he's definitely not washed,
No,
he's young enough, maybe new team, new situation. I'm giving him a chance.
And people like to throw it out there all the time. Like he was going to be an MVP before he went down. You can say that about a lot of quarterbacks in their first year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's I just have so much disdain for him because of all the Sheagles fans I've had to hear over the years saying he's better than Dak and this and that, and now they have to literally pay somebody to take the guy while Dak's just going to rake in $160 million over 3 years, so he's just going to keep getting franchise tags. So
exactly.
To each his own, So now Dak's had that huge injury, so we'll see how he can come back. And then, that's fantastic.
And Dak is traded.
He's getting an update.
Breaking news.
Yeah. It's actually just ESPN telling me that somebody just got posterized on a dunk. I'll watch it later. It's no big deal. And then one more comment on the, previous comments on the show. Your connection with the Baron, that's really special because I too share a connection with the human beings that originated from my ballsack. So
it's almost awesome. Like a father-son thing. I don't know what other way to
Right.
describe it. It's just, that bond.
It's a "you came from my balls" sort of connection, So, and also on the "you came from my balls" note, special shout out. I don't know. I doubt he's viewing right now, but one-time viewer of this podcast, my cousin Cameron. Welcome to new baby boy into the world today.
There we go.
There we go.
I've extended my nephew tree. It's already quite the tree. We're talking Cromartie status tree.
Dude,
Yeah,
you got a
dude,
forty.
you got a
You don't have a
Cromartie,
40.
you got a Bill Walsh tree. I don't know. I mean, like there's layers to that thing that go beyond.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's like trees growing into trees, you know, like they're pretty
for real.
intertwined.
Yeah.
So
Treeception.
yeah, and I am looking forward to this fight. I'm glad I got in to catch the fight doctor's comments. I know you guys are rooting for the fan favorite, but this is this, like you said, man, styles make fights. You know what I mean? Like if it was this guy beat this guy, so he can beat that guy. It doesn't work that way in fighting.
No, it never works that way.
It should be entertaining. I'm hard pressed not to look past this event and start looking towards the next big pay-per-view because obviously that's a pretty beefy one. But yeah, no, it should be a good show this weekend.
I mean, the thing I love the most about Lewis is you know what he's all about. Like, if it doesn't work out, he's going to go out guns blazing. He just wants to, like, get that one punch and just knock you out.
And go rip bong loads, you know?
Exactly.
Well, he's going to do that win or lose. I mean, that's
And on that note, too, did you guys hear Manziel's comment after their game?
No.
Said the Zappers' motto is win or lose, we're going to booze.
Hey, shout out to the Fan Control Football League.
It's good to see when a team has an identity, and that's their identity.
No, and I believe Dalvin Cook is a part owner of that team. I don't know how, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like when I'm start hearing some of the people that are owning teams, I'm like, why don't we own a team? Like next time I come on the show, I want it sponsored by our FCF owned football team. You know,
Ronnie used to be a part owner of a team.
Our very generous parachute investor, Nick, maybe hook that up. Like, let's get a stake in the Fan Control Football League.
Yeah, let's
There
get
we
a
go.
team. Dion Fires.
I did. All right, so now we got about 10 minutes left. I am aware of what this is, and it's hilarious to me, but Tyler had put together kind of a special presentation explaining what exactly GoofCon is. As you know, we are the UFC show of record on the network. You probably are obviously familiar with Dana White.
Cocaine isn't cheap.
The face of the franchise. But he, I mean, you can even tell in that clip, he's obviously a red ass. Like, he could go off at any point and escalate, and apparently, you know, different
Literally
shades of
red
red.
as well. Yeah, literally red. Yes. So
GoofCon, if you want to just take us through this.
So, you know, a while back, the great moderators of the MMA subreddit came up with what they call the GoofCon scale, similar to what we all know as the DEFCON scale, or kind of, you know, state of national emergencies. And the way they set it up was based, of course, they did it all on shades of red based off of how mad Dana White would get. So I kind of brought this up because for this particular fight at the weigh-ins today, they had 4 fighters miss weight, which that's kind of like one of the things that Dana White cannot stand above.
His ultimate pet peeve. Yeah. Show up in shape to make the fight.
Right. Yeah. Like we have Caitlin Vieira, who's in the co-main event. She missed her weight. She weighed in at 138 for a 135-pound fight. Jared Gordon weighed in at 150 for a 145-pound fight. Draco Rodriguez, 140 and a half pounds for a 135-pound fight. And then a new record by Rafael Alves for a 145-pound fight showed up at 157 and a half pounds.
What the hell, guy? Come on.
That's 12 pounds. That's the equivalent of a high school shot put. What kids in high school throw the shot put. Now, his fight was canceled. You know, normally when you miss weight, they just, you know, they fine you 20, 30%, whatever. And
You do a catch weight. Yeah.
Alvis missed weight by so much they just had to cancel the fight because it's too big of a discrepancy.
That's bullshit too. You know, like these guys need to be reprimanded. I mean, James Harden shed like 47 pounds just on a single plane flight from Houston to Brooklyn. You know,
That's true. He showed up in, fighting weight.
But actually, I was reading Alves. I didn't know this. He said his walk around weight is 195 pounds. So he's trying to shed 50 pounds to make his fight. That's a whole nother discussion about, you know, how much weight these guys cut. But
That
so anyways,
can't be healthy for any human.
It's
Anyway.
funny because when he stepped on the scale out of nowhere, you just heard just a bit outside. You know.
that's right. Bob Uecker guest commentating on the weigh-in.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
But so for this level for fighters missing weight, it's a big deal. So it kind of raises the GoofCon level up above. GoofCon 5 would be just a normal level of goofiness. Just kind of everything's going on. Dana's living his life, whatever. Fighters missing weight. This brings it up straight to a GoofCon 3, which you can see here is a bloody Dana on the GoofCon scale. The color of his skin, his face goes to a GoofCon 3. So this is something I want to bring on because it's something that I know Ron and I have kind of followed for a while, and I will be now whenever we talk about a fight card, I will be updating us with where we're at on the GoofCon scale.
Just as far as national security goes, you want to know where Dana's at because obviously his post-fight comments are going to get more aggressive, or some of his little social media jabs. So it's always good to take the temperature here and see where Dana is actually at on the GoofCon. And who knows, every week seems like an adventure this year as far as the streaming goes. So if there is more trolling with the streaming, could maybe slide up to a 2. I don't know. But he's already pissed off about the not making weight thing for so many people also. He's vulnerable right now. He's teetering.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, look, he's only hit GoofCon 1. I think it's either once or twice when they officially declared it as a GoofCon 1 level. He's been a GoofCon 2 a few times, and when and if that comes up, you'll see what that special presentation looks like. But yes, look forward to me constantly updating you with what GoofCon level we're at now each the next fight.
I'm surprised there's no mention of the name Ariel Helwani anywhere in the GoofCon descriptions, because it seems just the mention of Ariel immediately puts him at GoofCon 2.
It gets him a little heated.
Here's the thing is that's so common to him now. That's just GoofCon 5 is him being mad at Ariel Helwani. That's standard. I think it would actually raise GoofCon if he had no problems with Ariel Helwani.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, fair point. I feel like that's kind of like when you have the scale and put the tear. That's just default. We set the scale assuming he's already pissed at this fool. So, I don't think that's really going to raise the scale. He could definitely be a contributing factor to moving up. But
his hatred for Ariel probably just plateaus and stays pretty steady, It doesn't spike dip,
Had to learn to live with it. But fighters not making weight, I think is the main thing. Anything bad happening to John Jones or one of these famous people, it's oh my God.
I was just gonna say he probably just fears John Jones news at this point. It's never good, What do you
it's
do
not
now?
going to be good. Yeah. If I look at this on my phone, no. God, this fool. I don't even want to see your name.
So crazy, too. The guy's got 2 older brothers that, are dominant in the NFL. You'd think, one of those guys could pull him aside, but he could probably kick the shit out of both of them, so,
True. Now, I'm actually glad that you mentioned John Jones because the photo that we have for GoofCon 2 is actually from a Dana receiving news about John Jones. So if that ever comes up, you'll see what we're talking about.
He's about to pop. But like I said, it seems like, especially this year, the bootleg streaming could have more of an influence on the GoofCon scale. Because he's already he has put his reputation out there on the line just turn it on, buddy. We're going to shut you down. We're coming for you. And then, for the last 3 weeks has kind of looked like an ass.
Dana White is like Joe Rogan without manners and no self-control, that's essentially what the guy is. And I'm a huge Joe Rogan fan. I listen to his work probably more than any other pod, to be honest. But other than this one. But then
thank you.
Yeah, it's just they're almost like, it's almost like if you had, you get the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. I feel like Joe Rogan would be your angel and Dana White would just be the devil. You know what I mean? They're almost similar, but yeah, it's a weird dynamic, man.
Well, stay tuned this weekend because he's already coming in hot with all these fools not making the weight. Like I said, look for if there's problems with the ESPN Plus stream, whatever. Bootleggers getting in there. We could, see that push up.
I also didn't notice any mention in the DEFCON meter of unknown assailants scaling balcony to balcony and dropping off duffel bags of unnamed drugs. I did not see any mention of that either. Isn't that something that took place a few weeks ago in Abu Dhabi or somewhere?
When this GoofCon was created, this was like a couple years ago. So it possibly has been amended a couple times since. But these are just kind of the general rules when they first established this.
It definitely we're definitely going to have to look into making some amendments or some additions. I think his GoofCon covers a much wider range at this point.
There's a little more nuance to it now, but this is just a framework that we're working on.
I love that it's a framework. It's an entire page, but it's a framework.
Yeah, this is like a loose sort of sketch.
But by the way, boys, speaking of you're talking about internet streamers and all that. We have to be quick on the draw this week when we're watching those. If those Dana White trolls pop up, we got to get some screenshots of them.
Yeah, 100%. I'm at the ready to take some pictures of some weird cat memes and shit.
If I can catch it, I will. But obviously, as you know, entertainment purposes only. I'm not necessarily watching it in a scenario where I can rewind. So, you got to catch it when you can.
Also, was I the only guy that every time the head bobbing cat popped up in the corner, I was just bobbing my head with him? Like, whatever he was listening to, I was vibing. I was feeling it.
I don't know if that's a stream. I can't even say the name, but there are ways. I don't want to put out the specific website. I don't know if that's just from that website or if that's just a, coordinated troll attack from Khabib's Russian streamers out there.
From my experience, it's particular to that one website, but there could be other streams sharing that one. I don't know.
Well, just for the record, again, we're not going to plug them, but that one website is pretty amazing. I have not had any issues with it whatsoever, and it has now become my go-to. So, thanks to the guy that shot it out to me.
No, you should be thanking Khabib. He's the one that he provides Russian link.
Yeah,
we have Russian link.
Thanks, Khabib.
Bro, you can't even give me $80. No. And also, quick plug on the way out, as Nick has announced his candidacy for WrestleMania.
It was Royal Rumble. It was Royal Rumble.
Yes. Well, I wish you the best. Godspeed.
He'll be scouting his competition in the Elimination Chamber this weekend.
That's pretty much all I had, though. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Enjoy the sports that we have. Also, on the way out, Genesis Open. This guy Burns is like out of his face, hot right now, minus 12. Shout out to him. I still like Dusty Johnson. Giving him a shot there. He looked pretty solid. But minus 12 is no joke. So I will be watching that. Obviously, UFC. We're not starving out here. NASCAR going back to Daytona on the road course, which is, I think, kind of dope. They have like 7 road races this year. Looking forward to that. And I don't know if Tyler, if you saw that, Bristol, they're going to do that on dirt.
Oh, yeah, I did see. Yeah.
That seems like, yes, just hook it to my veins.
Entertainment purposes only. Kyle Larson's winning.
Well, I mean,
he's calling a shot.
He's got a background racing on dirt. He's a dirt bag.
Oh, I meant this weekend though. But yeah, he'd probably take that race too.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I always like to see these guys have to turn right. I think they should have more road races.
Chase Elliott won this particular road race last year. He's on the pole this year, so it's gonna be hard to beat him.
Kyle Larson has 6 straight top 5 finishes at road courses. He's very proficient at the road courses. Larson, and he also raced trucks at one point. It seems like the guys that had good experience in the trucks, they seem to fare better on the road courses, just because obviously there is more, more technical work in it. So
if he could just figure out that mute button, he'd have it all put together.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Justin, thank you so much for calling in. Glad you're able to join us after that long shift you had.
Sliding in the 9th inning.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, called in the closer. But
I'll take
thank you guys so much for watching.
Not
We
Kenley.
will,
I'm not Kenley.
Kenley's the closer for now, according to Doc. So we'll see how
Okay,
that
well, then
goes.
I'm not the closer. I'm the setup. I'm Gratterall.
If you were
There we
Kenley, I
go.
wouldn't even bring you in. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
trust,
Here we
trust,
go.
you're
Yeah.
I
good.
would bring myself in. I would
would
bring
yeah,
myself in.
we would just drop you months ago.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love it. You guys know the drill. Keep the fire.
Keep that fire.